What up, everybody? Welcome to the Boombox Podcast. I am your girl, Prada Lokes. Thank you, everybody who's been tuning in, subscribing, liking, sharing, giving me fucking positive feedback. You know, positivity is all I need, you know, because the bitch be struggling. But anyways, thank you for watching the episode. This is episode 17. And what is up, guys? Come on in. Thank God, because I was like, fuck, where they at? My guest. What's up?
What's poppin'? Thank you for having us.
How you doing?
Thank you for coming.
Hey, girl.
You don't have to hear your seat.
You already strapping in. We haven't even started yet.
Podcast, bro.
I was trying to go to the moon. Apparently.
Oh, what's up, guys? Thank you for coming. Thank you to the Saltwater. Shout out to the Saltwater for hooking me up. I'm trying to get guests, trying to get artists, and luckily I found these two cool ass dudes and a beautiful lady. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Face, that's F.A.C.E. You can find me on social media at FaceVSIT. I rap. And let's just say I'm a facilitator in Los Angeles.
I don't rap. Nah, I'm just playing. They call me Barlos. If you don't know me,
you even hold the mic like a rapper. Do you like this?
I have to.
Can't play it off.
I can. It's better than my nature.
It's in your blood.
Yeah.
I feel you.
But thank you for having us, for real.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming, dude. I appreciate a lot. I didn't even know that she was coming. I'm like, hell yeah, it's a fucking icing on the cake. What's up? Thank you for coming. Go ahead and tell these people.
I'm the mother goddess who be the hottest. If you want to find me on social media, it's at DA Mother Goddess. If you don't know how to spell that, just ask somebody. And I'm from Toronto, and these are, it's good to link up with my LA niggas and have positive vibes. Meeting you, Prada, made me feel Gucci, so that's lit. Yes.
I'm a huge hip hop head. And the whole reason why my whole podcast was to bring in, artists, local artists, people from the hood, people from the city, people from my area. I wanted to get to know. Come on, this is a fucking talented ass city.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody got something going on, and I'm able to speak to the people that are doing it. So you guys are dope. I listened to you guys. I asked you, send me your shit, send me your music. Dope. Your fucking new song out, dude. Your guys' fucking video is lit. That editing is amazing.
Shout out to Developed.
Tell me about that. Tell me about your video.
All right, so the video is Smooth Criminals. It's Face and Barlos featuring Jag. Jag is
Shout out
actually
Jag.
from the same neighborhood.
Dope.
I grew up in.
Oh, and where are you guys? Where are you from?
I grew up in if you're not from LA, you would consider it South Central, but if you're from LA, it's like West Adams. It's close. It's like USC area, but a little bit more northwest.
There's always traffic there, dude.
Yeah, so I grew up.
Traffic everywhere.
Drug trafficking and traffic in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we grew up there. So my homie Jag jumped on it, and I just felt like from the Cushion Caffeine project that we dropped earlier this year, it was the best song to lead with visual wise because it was like a black and brown unity thing. I'm from the same neighborhood. Yeah, he's from that neighborhood, and the essays and the the G's there, they don't always get along. So now I just want to put out that we all need to get along.
Yeah, of course. And then you were in the song too, right?
Just hanging out the window in the Mustang.
So, because I just met you guys, of course. I scoped you guys out. I was lurking through your guys' IG, like, let me get to know this feels more better, But are y'all a crew, a group, or how is your guys' limbo?
All right, so I'm gonna break it down now because I don't think I ever have on a radio show.
Just let
them
know what it is. Because I was gonna tell them the normal, but just let them know what it is. Yeah.
So,
bring it to me.
Street Rebirth is the whole movement. Street Rebirth music is our thing. Street Rebirth is what you have on my hat. It's what I have on my water bottle. It's Street Rebirth. But we're Street Rebirth music. That's our whole label. Under that label is the Monster Mashup Clan, which is like our whole crew. Our rappers, our producers, the people that throw shows with us, that's our whole crew because we're like all individual monsters. But under that crew, there's also there's me, that I rap Face by myself.
Yeah.
Barlos by himself. Got Sneaky out there. So we're all rappers separately. Mm-hmm. We're all great in our own right. But when me and Barlos rap together, it's Face and Barlos. So we're like a dynamic duo.
It's Cushion Caffeine.
Yeah, Cushion Caffeine.
You guys are a collective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's dope. And how did you guys meet?
You want me to get into that?
You do it.
Hold on, let me hit this real quick.
Hit that shit.
Sure. Story time.
I like story time because I get to learn about you guys.
After, right?
That's the whole thing about it. Reading about.
That's right.
That shit was a shit. That and Mr. Rogers.
Star Trek too.
Star Trek.
Well, the dude was in Reading Rainbow, was in Star Trek.
Back in high school,
I guess I got
parties,
to,
both of us, but we knew people from, different schools, and I was in another area, and he was in another area, but we always knew mutual people, and I was like not taking rapping seriously, but I could freestyle. I was like, man, I could do this shit, and I started like doing that shit at the parties, and every time I would leave, like
you would get there after I left.
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
I would go with the DJ. The DJ was using Joshy Wash. He doesn't DJ anymore, unfortunately. But he would use my equipment, and so I would go with him, set it up, make sure nobody was tripping.
Yeah.
And then I'd hype the party, and then I'd leave, to do my own thing.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be. I was in the streets a lot back then.
I'd be fucked up by that point.
Yeah, so he would get there when I left. And I would always hear the next day, hey, fool, you left, you hyped the party, but this other fool, that fool Barlos, man, he just was doing his thing, and you should have heard him. He just kept going off. I was like, oh, word? He ain't better than me. They're like, we're not saying that, but he was good, man. He was good. I was just like,
he was good. Like,
but he's not better than me, bro.
Yeah.
And then it so happens
I'm better.
one of those.
It ain't about that.
we just push each other. You got to.
It was back then.
Y'all are
It
better
was back
either
then.
together or whatever.
Yeah.
You guys are
Oh
dope.
no, we're a force together for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying back then, this is 18-year-old face. This is like face like bald headed, like what's up, fool? Like
What's
you say
up?
you're better than me, dog? Like the fuck?
You fools gone wild right here.
That was crazy because he picked me up one time. I was all fucked up. I was with the other homie that introduced me to him. And he was like, oh, this is the cat. He's like, let me hear you freestyle. I'm like, ahorita? Nah, I'm fucked up, homie. Like, I was all drunk and shit. I'm like, I'm not about to embarrass myself. I'm going to do this on a sober level. So, like, just,
He didn't, but he heard me and my boy go at it.
Yeah, I was like, I sat in the back. I was like, oh shit, like that. I'm glad I didn't get in this. I'm like, whoa, gladiator school.
Back in those days, I used to go to parties and look for a cipher to just murder.
Yes.
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Now,
well, there ain't no parties like that I know of.
Man, back in the day,
back in the day, those parties were lit.
fools would come looking for me
lit.
that knew I rapped. They'd be like, hey, these fools are ciphering over here. They say they're the best out here, and I was like, let's talk about it.
And what cities would this be in?
Okay, so
this would be like.
Well, this is when I had
more-
just moved to Northeast LA.
More
So
downtown, right? More down.
Like Nella, so Northeast LA.
like Highland Park,
got
El
it.
Sereno.
All right, yeah.
Everywhere that's getting gentrified now. Fuck
'Cause
gentrification.
Over here, I feel like you guys had the cypher, you guys had their freestyles. We had the break dancers right here. We had those like.
See, that's dope. We don't have those, and if you're a breakdancer, I'm looking for you to perform in my shows for sure.
Dude, I had a homie. He's a photographer and a
Need some
b-boy.
pop bloggers, everything.
I
want to bring it all
so
together.
Make that
See,
plug.
this is why this is amazing to meet new people because you can fucking make
even me.
magic.
I'm the new bitch right here too.
I know. Oh, yeah.
I'm good, bro.
I really.
I'm good right now.
Strap
Art is
up.
universal.
Because we're going on a ride.
What was dope is that you guys came and I was like, oh, I just was expecting these two. But then they brought this beautiful lady, and I didn't know she fucking was a fucking rapper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you
killing it.
poetic justice now.
Okay.
Oh.
A lot of niggas try that one. Yo, when the braids are in too.
If you're out there, don't try it because it's been tried. Don't be stale, homie. You ain't a bag of chips.
You
Let's
gotta be
go.
fine.
It'll work either way.
You gotta be Tupac for me to be like.
Like,
Anyways.
all right, I'll be poetic justice if you're Pac.
Shit.
But what if they're like Bishop from Juice, like Pac? Like a different Pac, like a crazy Pac. Like
I'll
I'm
beat
crazy
him
and I
up.
just don't give a
Just
fuck.
beat him up.
Alright.
And tell me about your music. How did it all started?
Oh shit! It started from. I always did make music, but I kind of hid it when I was younger because I felt like
closer to
people.
the mic.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
were like clowning if you were creative and whatnot. They say, "Oh, why are you writing?"
Yeah.
So I hid it. Then I found a poetry scene.
I
I was all up in that shit.
Where at?
The poetry scene was like it's called Rise. And it was in Scarborough, which
Where?
is Scarborough. So Scarborough is like. So we have different. So Scarborough would be like Inglewood, Lamert Park.
Okay,
Right,
got
that makes
it.
sense.
That's the east side. That was how I was born in Scarborough, right? And then Toronto was downtown.
Yeah.
And then you got the west side that is their own grungy little part, which
You don't
is
like the west
Jane
side
and
or
Finch's.
what?
I don't know if I'm the west side.
She's like, which is their grungy
No,
little
I feel
part.
like I feel like just like
just that area.
Scarborough, the east side is more nice, and I feel like the west side is just trying too hard to be hard.
The east side is bare nice.
I feel like it's good. No, you don't say bare nice. You say bare vibes.
Bare vibes.
Bare vibes.
What do you say? A lot of nice. What are you?
A lot of nice.
Learning
I'm trying
French.
to get on you. I'm trying to get on.
Whatever.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, so
Shooter.
yeah, I
Alright.
got into music because I was just like, I was spitting bare bars in my stories or whatever. But then I was like, got into some instrumentals, and then I started telling those stories.
Yeah.
And I started being more sexy, a woman, lady, and all like that. So then I started just being like, I wanted to make music to degrade men. Because that's what they're
That's
doing.
what I'm
And I feel
talking
like, so I was trying
Women
every way to do
empowerment.
it.
This is how we do it.
But then, I
with
realized
hip-hop,
guys never feel degraded.
Yeah,
So a lot of my
they
fan
keep
base are
fighting. They're
guys.
worse than chicks.
Do
They
it.
want
They're
to
like,
keep.
yes.
They
Do
want to
it.
keep
They're like,
going.
just fucking
Do it.
and me right now.
Spank me.
So
I mean,
they like it.
my bad.
Oh shit.
Degrade
You know
me.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then
Do
totally
it.
ladies like me because they're like, some girls say to me like, oh, like you're actually my role model. Like you inspire me. And I'm like, oh shit, I know you're doing the same kind of thing as me, but I didn't know that I was the one trying to make you do that.
I
So,
think
yeah.
as a female and a female that loves hip hop, I think that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
I always know that poetry for me was hip hop. Like for me, all that it
That's how I
has to
started
do.
rapping,
All you
so.
needed is an
That's why
instrument.
I
All you
switched,
needed is
yeah.
an instrumental, and that's all you got. That's
it
hip
stimulates
hop.
you more instrumentals.
It gives
stimulates
you
your
give
soul.
a story. You
When
give
hear
a
the,
yeah.
Well, music is the
a
language of
meaning.
soul, right?
Of
So
course.
yes.
if you
But-
put poetry on top of dope
Oh,
beats, like,
yeah,
how is it not gonna
exactly,
hit?
and you
It's
feel it,
fucking
and
lit.
not
Yeah.
only that,
That's
coming
just a
from a
whole
woman,
vibe.
coming from you know what I mean. Your point, I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
And I hope you fucking
That's
do
why I'm here.
as
That's
much
why
as
they're
you
rocking with me,
accomplish. Hell yeah, dude! Thank you for bringing her.
Yeah.
Hey,
It just
I
happened.
just started my podcast, but I just started my podcast, but
I
all
saw her
of them
in
are gonna
front of
see
a
this,
furniture
so
store.
they're gonna get to know you. They're gonna get new
I'm
people.
gonna come for the next one. Tell me what's popping.
Hell yeah! Woo.
Boom.
I always want my
trying to
guests to
get
come
Prada.
back. Hell yeah!
One
And
thing
then
I
y'all
gotta say,
can
I'm pretty
freestyle on the
faded.
next one.
Take a shot for saying that.
What were you guys drinking?
the fuck?
Oh, okay.
Remy Martin, I'm not showing you the brand, but if you want to sponsor us, I'll show it.
What's
I'm
up?
putting it out there, Remy.
I'm trying,
Yeah,
I'm trying to get Bevmo to sponsor me, dude.
That's smarter. That was that was
whole
a chess move
goddamn
right
fucking
there. I want
world.
every liquor. But shout out to Golden Road because they low key do sponsor us. We throw our
Yeah,
own.
they
The only
do.
hip hop show they do at Golden Road Brewery in the pub in LA.
Yeah.
Pops.
The hip hops. That's our baby. That's my baby, bro. It's lit. That's where we have all the pillars of hip hop. Actually, we have. That's why I was like, I need breakdancers because breakdancers. I got the homies LA Breakers, but they're busy a lot, so they don't show
Oh,
up
I
sometimes.
have homies, and I'm gonna shout you out, Adrian, A-Drock. I'm gonna fucking give him.
Shout out to Sneaky.
Sneaky. Oh yeah, your homie didn't make it. I'm sorry.
Well, he's got a residency on Thursdays
Oh,
at
okay.
Border X,
Busy
which is
man.
another brewery that actually fucks with us heavy too. So,
Ooh,
yeah.
dude, I'm trying to get breweries to fucking sponsor me too. We got
Well, he's an
Monkish.
investor, so he could probably hook that up for
Ooh,
you.
well, hey,
Yeah.
if he wants to, you know what I'm saying?
Quality.
Sneaky, get on the job.
Yeah,
That's the
go.
man.
The thing about Sneaky is you can never underestimate the sneakiness.
Nice.
Oh.
Got it.
For sure.
He's pretty good at it.
He's awesome.
And so, tell me about your music making. How does it all like work out? Where do you guys have your studio together? How does that?
So
Why are you that long?
I had a studio. It was called the Mad Lab.
We gotta
Mad
fix
Lab
it.
Studios. It was in my backyard actually.
Like, I'm not even gonna get into it. Don't even say that. Just be like,
Basically, it's not.
it's not
There.
in use right now. So we're
We're
doing
homeless. We're homeless.
It's cool
I'm
though. It's
joking,
making
I'm
Homies
us.
where the heart is.
I'm working harder now because of my space.
We working out at some of the homie studios, but it's like
Shout out to
it's,
Sesh Studios.
It's making us grind a little harder.
Yeah,
And it's making
and
us
I gotta
like
be
not
sober way more
comfortable.
often because I gotta drive places.
You know,
that's how it is for artists.
The one thing you can't
Yeah.
be is comfortable. So
I'm an
I
Uber,
believe
so hit me
I,
up.
I believe it made us uncomfortable. That's what I really
Yeah,
believe.
you know, we're like right now I feel like we're like a
cool.
crab out of its shell. So
Uh-huh.
we're like outgrowing the skin we had before, and the universe just was like, all right, it's time for you guys to move on. The studio was getting smaller, tighter, and
It's like put up or shut up now. Like
You guys
you
were
know,
blessed though.
yeah.
all
You were
day.
blessed to have
I mean,
that.
I'm-
A lot of
Oh, yeah,
people
we
I'm
do
don't
humble
have
about that every day. I'm just saying, it's like it's nice to
Yeah.
go in the back and be like, here.
Yeah, I used to
You
just
know?
like roll out of bed and be
But
like, studio
You know what it
vibes.
sounds like to me? It sounds like you guys had a car, and then something happened to the car, and now you have to take the bus.
I've done
But
that
then you're
before.
working
That's
to get the car
happened
back
before.
again.
Yeah.
Don't think
You know
about
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah, I got a bigger,
you know
better
what I'm
car
saying?
one.
Don't think about
Yeah,
it.
bigger,
Now-
better better one.
Yeah, bigger, better
I'm gonna
one.
go more places.
Right.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, now y'all get to work together and get your own shit, maybe.
Right. I need a
You know what I'm
Tesla
saying?
now. That's what I
And a
need.
Tesla.
I need a Tesla.
Hey, let me dive into the boombox and the Tesla.
Well, my manager, 213 Monsters Productions, by the way, shout out to him.
Yup.
He actually just bought a Tesla for his wife.
Whoa.
And it's fly. He won't let me do autopilot in it though. So if you watch this, I want to fucking do autopilot.
If his wife watches this, she's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, she loves me. That's my people's right there.
She's cool as
my
hell.
OG and his wife. So.
Lit. Shout out to
dope.
them, yo.
They mad cool.
So yeah, so we don't have a studio right now, but when we make music, we essentially just go to the studio and we try to do it from scratch. We have producers on the Monster Mashup Clan. Set Studios right now is the one that we're solely working with, really. But there's other producers, like on our last project, we had K Terrible. We had Christian Ford, who was signed to Quick, which is Mad Science Records. And we have Freeverse. Who else do we have?
How do you guys meet all these? Like, is it just like, right? Did you guys go fucking like at events? Do you guys fucking do your thing or Instagram, Face? Like, how does that work out?
I made it a point. Well, so I had rapped for a long time, just in the streets and shit, and then I was kind of getting put on, but then I had kids around the time that I was like 24. I had a kid, and I was like, I can't continue to do this and be broke, so I had to get like a real job. Actually, I was like 21.
Responsibilities, my boy.
Exactly. I don't like, let me do it with the right, though. I don't like doing it with the left.
No less.
Responsibilities.
I get too hyped up.
So I had kids, and I took a break.
Yeah. By the way, cheers, guys.
Cheers,
Thank you so much for coming.
Cheers.
No, don't drink and drive.
We're not promoting that at all.
We're parked. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told them, why are you putting your seatbelt on? You know, you don't need to.
So yeah, I took a break. I took a break to handle business as a man, and all the connects that I had made in the streets, they kind of like, I don't want to say they turned their back on me, but they were at a different point, you know?
Yeah.
So they did that, and I had to come back in the game, and when I came back in the game, I just made it a point to go my own route instead of trying to find artists to work with.
Yeah.
I just decided, like, let me go with the people that throw what I want to be a part of, which is shows.
Yeah.
Right. So I started just like going to shows, meeting the promoters, meeting the people putting the actual show together, and I just got to know all the artists that way. So and so I got to be basic with the person throwing the shows.
Nice.
Shout out to Ashley Dominique.
Yo, shout out. That's my girl down.
Muse on
Girl
me. Put us on so heavy.
Nah,
that
nobody believed in me. So when I met Face, nigga believed in me. So you know, it's just like
that's all it takes, dude. That's all it takes.
Well, I told him like,
it takes enough for you. You're like,
you know what?
That shit just made me better though. Like they want to shun me. Like they want to take that route. Like where them niggas now? You know what I mean? Like I'm always on that shit.
I dig your style. I dig your
like
I dig your flow. Your
I'm
song.
cool and like you. All right, blessings to you and everything. But like, yo, you gonna see me win regardless. Like I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you send me the link to your video and I watched it, dude, your style is dope. I don't know I can't recall who you remind me of, but you just have this style like that hip hop has and needs. Like you guys got it, dude. So that's why I'm like, wow, you guys are coming. Blessings. That's so cool. I wanted to get to know more of your, your insight. You know. So, dope. But overall, you guys have been doing music together for how many years?
2012 was the first show. The first show
2012.
we did.
And why?
First
show.
New York.
Audition. Rappers all over.
I'm sorry.
Rappers all over rappers all over from US. Like all over the place. It was like
it was actually the show that put Fetty Wap on.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
tight. How did you guys find out about that?
You got an email.
I got an email. And I followed the breadcrumbs, and I was like, "Oh, this is a Monster's house." I didn't like that Monster though. I don't fuck with that.
This fool asked everybody and their mama if they wanted to go here, and nobody wanted to go.
He was the last person I asked, and he was like, "I'll go." I was like, "All right, well, we don't have any songs together yet," and he was like, "I'll just hype you," and I was just like, somebody who's down to go across."
That's fucking lit, guys.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then ever since then, it's been like, bam.
Exactly.
You guys are.
Yes.
How did I go?
It's like Batman and Batman Beyond, but I'm not old.
The engineer's like, what the fuck is going on there?
That's all it takes. It takes two fuses to be lit and become
like the negative and the positive sparks.
And how did you meet these guys?
Well, I met him because shout out to Verbs, you know. Putting me on. I came out straight out of Toronto. I met him. I just went to a few parties. Went to a fucking after party. We were doing bear things at the after party.
Bear things.
And like, I was like, yo, I'm from Toronto. I was like, yo, do you want to smoke? And then he was like, yeah, man. And I was like, do you want to take a shot? He's like, oh yeah, for sure. Right? And I'm like, yo, someone told me like, you know, you do the music. And he's like, what about you? Do you? And I said, yeah. And I'm like, yo, put me on the lineup then. And he goes, actually, I have a show on Monday and I didn't make the flyer yet. Send me your email. I'll send you a flyer. I'll put you on the lineup.
Yeah.
I just got there like 4 days and then I met him. I was on the Human Rap Party. Shout out to the Human Rap Party.
Ooh, what's
right?
that?
Lexington, right? That's where it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was cool.
Wow,
I was there,
that was
bitch.
cool.
I got on
back,
it, and that's
Verbs.
how I got on it. So that's my story
bring it
for
back.
there.
I want to go.
Then from there, I'm friends with everybody underground everywhere. Like I even met Ashley Dominique because she texted me one day and then she was just like, no, she DM'd me on Instagram. I seen her at some parties. I don't know her like that
Instagram
at the time. And then she was like, oh yeah, so she was just like, oh, what are you doing? Can you come to Studio City right now? I went, and then she's like, you don't know where you're at. We're done?
No.
Oh. She's like, you don't know where you're at right now. And I'm like, she's like, I'll tell you later. Tell me about yourself. She said a lot of people kept telling me that you need to talk to Satine. So that's why I contacted you. I didn't know that all these people that I met at after parties were saying, put Satine on.
Well, you got good vibes.
So I didn't know that. It warmed my heart. And then she's like,
felt good, right?
yeah. And she's like, oh,
you
we're
got
at
a
Talk to
vibe.
Dre's
That's
producer's house, blah, blah, blah. Then I got on to fucking Bananas, and that's where I seen him.
Bananas.
I was on the Bananas
Where's this at?
lineup. That's in
Bananas
Lamar Park.
It's actually a legendary spot.
Kendrick Lamar even
Because
visited
they had
one time.
Yeah. Bananas. Well, they used to have like DJs doing jungle music,
Oh no, it's a
drum
different thing.
bass. But it was different. You know,
Bananas
this is
stems from
Bananas.
Project Blowed, which is like a famous rap.
Okay.
Freestyle
collective.
Fellowship.
Freestyle Fellowship, The Good
yes.
Life.
I love all
Yeah.
these
Anderson
stuff.
.Paak.
So like you're going to the show, and then when you're outside of the show, like there's those like huddles,
Ciphers.
and then each person has their own party outside, even though
pretty
there's
dope.
things. So that's where you're freestyling. I was freestyling all this stuff. I didn't know who was watching me as all this stuff, but through the connections, we, you know,
She was bald.
Yeah.
So I was like, who's that bald chick who could rap?
I was
She's
bald.
fly.
I've been
You
growing
were
my hair for
bald?
2 years.
See, I don't remember. I always be
Hair
high.
growth, let's get it.
I just cut mine.
Yeah, hey, y'all can keep going and shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck the door.
I know I can't make you sound.
All right. Let me take a drink.
Yo, put on some $10 sign.
So how do you guys know Saltwater? Well, shout out to Saltwater, by the way, because
Yeah.
without him, I would not have you guys as a guest. I was like, what the fuck is that?
So the way we met Saltwater was a homie from Money Mouth Records.
Yeah.
He put us on a show with Saltwater. He was doing it. We just showed up. It was in Compton. It was one of his pop-ups.
Yep.
We rapped, and as soon as we got off stage, he like came up to me and he was like, "Yo, man, anything you guys need done, like I got you. I'm trying to work with you." And time went by. He started booking us for shows. He actually introduced me to two of my, any Latino rapper I think should respect and admire.
Love that.
Metal Man Ace and Kid Frost. So he introduced me to them.
I love that.
Put us on a show with them, and then
That was golden.
yeah, that was
It was
super
flame.
good. And then after that, I was gonna drop my project with him, Cushion Caffeine, and I was telling my guy that I had, some issues with the venue or like, what I needed done, and he was like, "Don't worry about it, I got it." He got it handled. He sponsored the whole Kush in the Cushion Caffeine event, and I rock with the guy. He's a solid guy, And they're
That's
a solid team.
dope. Yeah.
It's cool as hell.
Yeah.
That's what I say. You don't meet people like that in LA. Everybody's like really snakish out here. They clap in front of you, but they really not
They
rooting
ain't
for
really
you.
I
know.
hear that a
What you
lot.
Yeah.
People always say that about LA people.
I
Not
think it's more the
necess-
transplants,
yeah.
but nah.
It's not-
The people
it's-
I know that are from LA, we're real as fuck. Like
Yeah.
we'll tell you we got a
Fuck
problem
yeah.
with you. Period.
Yeah.
Well, if
You know
you're
what it
real,
is.
you should connect with real.
Have
right?
issues with me.
That's
Yeah.
why you got to cut all the toxic people out your
Yeah, you
life.
do.
Hey,
You definitely
I got
do.
you now. That's funny. That's dope, guys, man. Like, I really appreciate you guys came. I listened to your song. Dope ass fucking song, dude. I loved
appreciate
it
it.
with your homie. What was his name? Jay? What?
Jag.
There you go. Dope.
Yeah.
I loved it. Your style, though, that was dope. Where do you think that style comes from? What about your flowing? Like, what music did you guys look up to when you guys were younger?
All right.
What
I'll let you go
artists?
first.
What artists?
First of all, it's in my blood. My grandfather did music with Celia Cruz.
Ooh, no way!
My
La
great
negra
grandfather
tiene
started
tumba.
Sonora Matancera, so it's like mambo.
So you're
I'm Cuban, Mexican, Hondureño, Nicaraguense.
Ooh, your fucking tamales are bomb.
Jeez.
He's a nice swirl. He's a nice swirl for sure.
Yeah.
That's dope, dude.
Nice.
You do have that. You have the timbre in your you have all that.
He really
all
does.
the
Even when he
instruments
dances,
in your blood.
you should see it. What is that shit called? The Millie Rock?
Oh, the Millie is fire.
Man, his Millie Rock is on point.
You gotta teach me.
You know what I like about these new moves? I be telling them all the time. It allows people that don't think they could dance have a good time.
It's
like,
true,
Yeah.
because I
dope,
have a
like-
good time. I could dance salsa, but that's it.
If you can Millie Rock and
Yes.
Suavemente.
make it whip and do all that stuff, like
Swaggin'.
cool. Everybody's having a great time. Like that's what the vibe is. Like that's what we always try to give up in our music.
Right. If you come to any show, even if we're not performing, we're just there to support. You'll see us on stage or in the crowd getting everyone hyped. It's like we just want everyone to have a good time because like why else are you out? I don't want you to be. If you come to my show and you don't film a minute of it, I don't care. I have a videographer there, most likely, for my shows. I want you to live in the moment. Like I really, one of the things I actually want to do is do one of those parties where you got to check your phone in. And
like in the
nobody
comedy
goes.
clubs. Yeah, the comedy clubs. Yeah.
I want you to check
Yeah.
your phone
That's
in. I
true.
want the
That's
show
true.
to go on, and I
Because
want
that's your-
you to enjoy that.
Yeah, because that's
be
your
there.
art.
There's
That's
so
your
much
art
bullshit
form, you
going
know
on
what
in
I
the world anyways.
Be
Like,
present.
why not make it so everybody has a great time? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, we just gotta be like very conscious on that level. Like, we're all
This
human
is what
beings.
you're teaching the youth because everyone's gonna all think about it. YouTube, all nothing but young ass kids be looking at that shit.
No
Look at the
def.
fucking rappers they be looking up to. Like sometimes you're like, what?
I mean,
dude? Look
for
at
real.
down your street. You got some dope
Each
ass.
their own. It's
They're
like
mil-
whatever.
Yeah,
It's
at
about
the
the
end of the
music.
day,
Of
Right,
course,
right.
what
Don't
I'm saying
follow the
though
person. The
is
music. Follow
Yeah.
that.
For example, what I'm saying is like you show your homies like this is what I'm doing, this is my music, blah blah. You want your homies to fucking support you, right? Like I think supporting each other just like that, and the
Truthfully,
youth seeing that
I'm
shit.
gonna tell you truthfully, I'd
Yeah.
rather have other people that don't know me support me.
yeah,
That's what I
that
do.
is the goal. But
Why?
honestly, you guys are universal,
So
and everyone
I don't
in the
need,
world
but
will
I don't need no
support you.
yes mans in my
Yeah,
life either. You
exactly.
feel me? Like,
Oh yeah, of
Whenever.
course. Yeah,
people
of
like,
course.
oh yeah, I'm gonna be there.
All around, all
and they want to come
around.
around, and then they don't, and like it's like wishy washy. It's like, yo, I don't need that, bro.
I learned this through my partner Street Rebirth. Street Rebirth is my mentor. He's the reason I was a poet first, and he was like, you need to do that to beats, and I started rapping because of him. If it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have found hip hop the way I did.
Yeah.
But Street Rebirth, he's my mentor. He's also
Got
the
my
person who
lighter,
does
can you
all of our merchandising, and I mean, he does a million things, but Street Rebirth was telling me, like, when he was first coming up with his brand at Street Rebirth or streetrebirth.com, basically that you want your friends to support you, but as much as you want that, they won't until they see other people celebrating you.
That's facts.
And it's facts, because
They're
I'm
not
gonna tell you right now,
obligated.
all of a sudden,
Yeah, that's true too.
They're not
people
obligated.
people that you think should show you love don't come and show you love. But this is one thing I also have to say about that is you have like maybe one or two shows where people come out, right?
Sorry.
And if those two shows aren't popping, whatever, your people
Yeah.
came out. After that, it's up to you to build. Like it came to a point where I stopped telling people, like
Yeah.
in my family and my friends, like I'm performing. It came to that point where I was just like, I'm gonna post it. You guys follow me. If you don't go, you don't go. And I built
True that.
You just do what you do. You just
Yeah.
get tired of like
exactly.
like putting out an effort that you're not receiving. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I understand life happens, but it's like, yo, I'm not gonna do nothing. But when we get there, don't be asking me later. Like,
I mean,
you
but
know
there
what
are people who
some
legitimately
my
couldn't
great people,
go,
you know,
like
family. Yeah, family's cool. Like, but there's,
Nah, man, some family ain't cool either. I'm just saying that
that's true.
I understand
Dude,
people's
that
life
part-
gets in the way, right? We're
Yeah.
adults,
Yeah,
but my goal wasn't to focus on the people that are close to me already, because eventually they were gonna come. After my homie told me that, I was like, well, eventually they're gonna come around and they're gonna see that what I've been doing isn't bullshit. I've been working, and now like I'm proud of the pool that me and my crew have for our shows. Like,
Yeah.
we built this shit from scratch and it's working.
Yeah.
It is, man. I respect your hip hop. I respect that you put some Spanish in that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I understand this. So fuck it.
Right. I
And
mean,
it-
even if you don't, though, right?
Yeah,
of course.
I'm
I don't.
Ecuadorian.
I still fuck with it. I swear.
yeah, hell yeah.
It's the vibe, right? Like people in Ecuador
Yeah.
didn't know, or people internationally didn't know what we were saying in English necessarily, but they fucked with it because they felt the emotion.
Yes.
we
Yes.
just like going against the thread.
Yeah,
I don't like sounding like nobody.
Well, I
else.
wanted to put in my music. I just wanted to put every part of me.
yeah.
Hip hop to me is the voice of the oppressed, right? So like my people were
It's the
oppressed.
what? It's
the
the-
voice of the oppressed.
Oh yeah.
Right? So like my people were oppressed. Latinos, the word Latino itself comes from an oppression. Like Latinos, people in South Central that aren't, white and with money, we are all oppressed. So I wanted to put every piece of me, from the sounds and the beat of the samples that is like music I grew up on, like, that song you heard, Smooth Criminals. It was inspired by Suavemente. Like, in the chorus I'm saying suave, suave. Like, definitely inspired by it.
What about that beat?
Huh?
What about
Christian
that beat?
Ford made that beat. The guy who's signed to Mad Science Records.
Nice.
Basshead Beats with Ink.
He's fucking fire.
He is fire. He's super talented.
It sounded bad. I love it.
Don't call him Keys for nothing.
So my whole point was, like, I just wanted to get every piece of me. So my boy Preach, also another mentor of mine, he told me, like, why don't you rap? He actually had this dope ass beat.
Yeah.
It sampled Oye Como Va, and I was like 17 at the time, and he was like, the whole crew had been telling me, I want you to rap in Spanish though, and I was like, I don't want to be like put in that time, like the box of like the Chicano rapper was coming out, and being from LA, I was scared of being put in that box, especially not being not being Mexican.
Had to happen sooner or later, and I'm happy that it's happening now, because I'm seeing more and more fucking Hispanic ass rappers coming out of the fucking blue. Like, now that I have, because I didn't have Instagram for a while, so now I'm finding out about all these fucking different.
People might get mad at me, but shout out to Cardi B for that shit, bro. She like for putting
and
that.
Why would they get mad at you?
And Jay, because some people be like, no, she didn't do anything. It's like, nah, that woman right there, like, she opened up the platform. She said, I don't give a fuck. I'm Dominican. I'm Latina.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do this the way I want to do it.
Right.
And it's opened up the door.
Straight up.
I love it.
Appreciate that, men, because there's a lot of men that fucking hate her.
I was raised
And
up
I'm
by
like,
all women, man.
Let's see.
Myself too.
I appreciate
You know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
Women showed me how to be a man. So
Being a girl, being a female, like kind
That
of
woman
trying
has
to be
came a long way.
Trying to be in like in that industry. Like, I'm a huge hip hop head, so if I'm doing this career, I want to go hip hop side. I want to do this. You know what I mean? My goal is to like interview Reza.
That woman is more gangsters than some of these men.
Yeah, Reza. Just Bobby, what's up? If you know.
Are you watching the American Saga?
No, I don't have Hulu, but I watched their fucking documentary on Showtime. So
you need to get the Hulu show.
I know.
That's
Crystal,
just fire.
Chris, I know. I saw the first episode. That shit
That's
was
what I was saying
fucking
to him
sick.
earlier. He's like, "Did you see something?" And I was like, "Where is it?" And he's like, "Hulu." And I started laughing. I'm like, I'm like, "How do you think everyone has Hulu?"
I got Hulu.
I don't
Why is
have
that
it. I'm
normalized?
you
He
can
didn't
just-
say Netflix. He said Hulu.
I got Netflix and I got Hulu.
How you think I have
Damn,
Hulu?
you rich because
and I got
Yes.
DC's Universe, and now
Yes.
you gotta. It's the. Oh wait, I can't say this on air, but we'll talk about it later.
What?
You gotta figure out how one person has one, the other person has the. You barter.
I'm not talking about anything I'll be watching because I know.
What are you watching?
I watch adult swim. I watch cartoons. I watch.
all of it.
Yo, I watch Futurama.
That's my
Futurama.
shit.
Hey,
That's
you
my
watching that
shit.
new one? Enchanted.
Archer, do you watch
Enchanted.
Archer?
Yeah.
What are you talking
I think it's
about?
called Enchanted. It's on Netflix.
I got tired of Archer.
That's not Futurama.
Okay, what
though.
about
No, it's the same creator.
American
Uh,
Dad?
I know, I didn't take it
American
in, but
Dad's
I will.
alright.
I will. I need some new.
What about American Dad?
I liked American Dad. It was
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Is it Alien? Come on now.
That's
The
it.
alien's the best
You
part.
know what I'm
Roger.
saying?
Roger.
He's like the best CSI and like the
He's like, yeah.
I'll still go back and watch King of the Hill though.
Oh, me too.
Bob.
I like that one, but you know, not a lot of people watching that.
That's just-
I wanted to be Boomhauer
I
so
just-
bad.
Yo,
love
and
how Hanky
Peggy
should
had
get
the
mad.
biggest feet ever, and every time I have a girlfriend who has big
Peggy
feet, I say, "Yo,
ass.
you're like
Peggy
Peggy,"
head.
and they don't never watch a show.
Yeah, like, yo,
Hey, but I
Peggy
wanted to be
Hill.
Bobby's homie though.
You're like Peggy.
Bobby was like a dope little human being. Like,
Oh, Bobby, of
But it's fucking
course.
Cambodian girlfriend.
Oh,
I'm
Hey,
married.
man.
Shout out to my Southeast
Hey,
Asian.
he
Y'all
was-
wonderful.
Hey yo, he liked the mulatas. You know what I mean? He liked it.
Mulatas, what the
You know what I mean?
That's right, baby.
Oh, I don't know. Mulatas,
You're a
what's
mulata,
that?
right?
You're a
What does
mulata.
that mean?
Mix.
I know me either.
Ew.
Oh,
Nah,
mulata.
mix,
What
fucking-
are you, by the way? Oh, I don't
The
mean
skin,
like
the
what's your
melanin, you know?
ethnicity? What's your
Say ew.
family's ancestry now?
Keep quiet with your things.
Oh, jeez, chill. He's studying me and using it against me.
It's chess, baby, not checkers.
Okay.
You don't know.
Yeah, my mom's is white and Spanish, and then my dad's a Grenadian, which is like, Caribbean. It's next to Trinidad, so West Indian. I'm from Toronto, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
Toronto.
but everyone in Toronto is like literally
Big
Caribbean.
teens, boy.
That's the culture. Well, that's my reality.
That makes
You
sense
gotta
too.
respect
It looks dope out there
So
though.
you
Like,
talk how you
I know.
want.
I've always wanted to go to
Yeah.
Canada.
We're not
I
talking
see
mess
you
about
guys.
it.
That's true. You guys
But-
traveled together. What do you guys?
We went to Europe with
That's
EOTR. Shout out to
dope.
East of the River. We went to Europe.
Yep.
We performed in Paris.
Dude.
Barcelona, which
That's
was
when you know you're
very
doing
dusty.
your thing. That's when you
Barcelona, get your dust right.
know
Come on, man.
Oh, bro, I got
Pollen is crazy out
well,
there.
anyway, shout out to my Barcelonians because y'all put us on and y'all showed us love.
I love that, but no, it's just
the
crazy.
pollen got me sick out
Whoa.
there. My allergies.
It was
were
very
like,
windy. I didn't expect wind like that. That's
Yeah.
you know.
and
That
then we
was
did
just-
Amsterdam and we did an impromptu in Rotterdam as well.
That
Yeah.
shit was cold.
It was so cold and I was sick off of the stuff from Barcelona. But yeah,
It got you sick.
the allergies
really
yeah.
cold.
I also
talking
was
to
the
the
one
mic.
that was like getting up before everyone, going to sleep last. Like
Yeah.
Every day was a sweater day.
every day was a
Every
hoodie
day
day,
was a
bro.
sweater
Hoodie
day.
season. I
Yeah.
bought all these outfits and I was
Straight-
like, I'm
straight
putting my
hoodie
hoodie on.
season.
Fuck this.
Straight sweatpants.
Yeah.
We're looking fly.
Oh yeah, no, I had jogger. I had a jogger.
we had
on.
joggers.
It sounds like trauma.
It was like
The
dick
Nike
print
elastics?
gang
Yeah.
for
Oh,
sure.
they did the Cortez.
Oh shit.
Everywhere.
Nah,
So it wasn't
I
that
got 'em in the
cold.
car.
You're like, I don't got them on right now, but I got
I
them
mean,
on.
it's never that cold.
Yeah,
But
it
be having
is
the
that
Cortezes
cold.
ready.
all right, that's why we had the joggers on.
I need every pair
Cheers
of.
one more time for.
I finished my shit.
Oh, fuck. Seriously, another one.
Damn, he mad about that. I finished my shit.
So I was thinking
No, I
for
wasn't
season
mad.
2.
I just didn't want to ruin the cheers.
So I was thinking for season 2 to have like a homegirl bartender real quick every episode, but like, hey, can you just bring us some more beer though?
Oh yeah, mira, you gotta put on roller
That'd be
skates.
good.
Every
That'd
time
be
she
good.
pulls up, you
Gotta
play
put on roller
elevator
skates.
music and shit.
So I wonder if people okay, when you guys watch my podcast, did you guys wonder like where's this girl doing it at? Did you guys wonder it? What would you guys think that I thought I was parking?
I mean, I wasn't thinking about it. I thought,
Okay,
just thought you were in a
but-
car.
Yo, if I was you, you know what I do? I'm weird.
Uh-huh.
And it's spooky season.
Yeah.
So like if you can get like the size of your car and stuff, like you could roll the windows up and people could be like, whoa. On the outside of the car.
Bad idea.
And it's like zombie, but we're chilling. We're like, yo,
And then all
I
of a
know
sudden you
we're
just
about
get
to die, but what would you do if you're gonna die right now?
Or just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Out
and
of
then,
nowhere.
and then we could be
Scare
like, then we could
tactics.
be like, who should go outside? Like that,
I'm
like
never
a
going
spooky
outside.
edition.
You know how people die
And
in
you'd be
this cold?
goofy, and
They
people
go
are like,
outside.
what is that? But it's like you should
You know
do
we're
it.
dying first, though, right? If that happens.
Not me, but you guys will be like,
Not
oh,
me.
You're dying
She
first.
got she got a
Yeah.
sword right there
You're the-
by her
you're the
leg. She
closest
got
thing to-
everything. She got
No,
a knife.
I'm gonna do Busta
I
Rhymes.
watch horror
No,
movies every
you gotta
day.
do LL Cool J.
I know how to get away.
and Deep
Blue Sea.
Yeah, Deep Blue Sea.
He's the only one that
I'ma
ever survived,
survive.
but it wasn't horror.
No,
was a
that's a
thriller, though.
thriller.
It was a thriller.
I'm talking about this is horror.
Whatever.
And you guys, I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, you guys
Shit,
want to
I
be
don't know.
thrilled?
Oh, all right.
I
Deeper
like
than
it.
Roper.
Thrills and
Two
things.
thumbs up.
Bear thrills.
Very thrilled.
There you go.
What about Bear Grylls?
Oh,
this
Bear Grylls.
I do need a new grill.
Yeah, we all should get grills. Bear
I'm down.
Grylls?
I do.
This
I've
looks
always wanted a
Is that
grill
a
for my
girl's
behind.
cheers?
Right here. Like Raekwon.
Girls.
Grills and grills getting grilled.
Pop it out.
So,
Cheers it.
I really want to thank you guys for coming. Like, you guys
Oh,
are
def.
fucking dope, man.
Thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's
No.
literally-
It's a
Thanks.
blessing to smoke
Be up in your space
mad
up.
weed with you. And talk
hey,
mad
bring it.
business
You
and
have a-
love
you have
and
a
everything.
blunt right in your ear. What's up?
Just waiting.
A nightcap.
I mean,
Let's
we've been
get
talking.
it.
I was hoping you would forget about it. I'm
I
not even
wanted
gonna
to know
Yeah,
more
just
about
like
your
that.
guys' projects, more about any projects coming
It's because
up.
it doesn't smell like weed. Like,
Alright,
I mean, weed. It doesn't smell like fucking
We're
blending your car.
doing more.
So I know this is weird, but this episode might not air for another 4 weeks. So if you got anything coming up after
4
4
weeks?
weeks, give me that.
4
Hey,
weeks.
so because that's why I said I wonder if
She's
anybody wonders
futuristic.
about, because I always like
Yeah.
to pre-record. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty
Right.
smart.
4 weeks. So we're gonna be in New York filming a video.
Dope.
Bandera, un plato,
Cigarro en la mano, pegando
pegando
con mis diablos.
Dios.
So yo no hablo.
Yeah.
So we're
Just
gonna do
fucking
that
around.
video with the homie Mando El Pelado. He's doing his thing. He's an Ecuadorian rapper just like me, and we got connected
Shut
to the
it.
homie James Heated, who he was
Ecuador?
like, you need to rap with my homie, or my cousin. I think they're related. You need to rap with my cousin or my homie. I forgot the exact verbiage, but you need to rap with my homie Mando El Pelado.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. You're doing his thing. Y'all both young. Y'all connect. And I sent Mando this song I had called Bandera, which is basically in in Ecuador, there's a plate called bandera, which has 3 different plates, like our 3 core plates. Like every culture has their flex plates.
What are you talking about? Plates?
Straight
like a food.
Straight bomb. What they said. I forgot what movie it was because I'm high right now.
So it also bandera also means flag.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So bandera also means flag. So I
didn't know that.
I'm Ecuadorian.
Stop talking about it. You're making me hungry already, bro.
The first video, the original one to the original. They're cooking the food, and we're eating from all different cultures. We're eating Mexican food. We're eating Ecuadorian food. It was like a nice spread. We had tequilas and whiskey. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it was a great shoot. And so I wanted to remix it with him because he's Ecuadorian, and he great. He got on it, killed it, and so now we're gonna go out there and film a video with him and his people.
Oh shit! Are you guys gonna eat food there too?
That's fucking
We're gonna eat that over there.
Well, I'm vegan now, so I don't know.
Oh, you're vegan now, dude? How long?
Since February.
He's been doing really well.
Props, hey.
Look,
props,
but I'm the type of homie like. I'm not gonna eat that shit in front of him. You know what I mean?
I
don't like. He'll like for real.
Well, his family's his sister and his mom's is vegan.
Oh.
Shout out to Barlos' mom. I love that.
My mom, Dukes, and my sis, they vegetarian, so it's like my mom's always like, how you know you gonna like it if you don't try it? So it's like I be trying stuff. She be getting on me like, and then I try it. I'm like, what is this? Say it don't got no meat in it. I'm like, I'm like, all right. So when we go out to places and they have that, I'm like, I'm gonna try some stuff with you. Yo, that po' boy was fire.
Oh my god! Remember I walked up to them and I was like, this is vegan.
That
Are you
jackfruit
sure?
po' boy. That's just fire.
I feel that all the time. Like I
bomb.
feel so tricked, and then it's like it is what it is.
Nah, cause he was like, this is not it. He was looking at me all crazy. I'm like, that's what it said it was, bro.
Yo, for me, I haven't eaten meat in like 15 years. So for me now, I feel like it's all advanced and shit now. And it's like sometimes when I eat these like, Beyond Meat burgers and shit, I'm like,
it's too real.
And I said, yo, excuse me, did you hear that I wanted this to be like the, I don't eat meat in a long time. They're like, no,
bro, you can
I
kill
swear.
my drink.
Like, you know what I mean? The food's tasting different.
Well,
And do you have any projects coming out? Anything that you're doing?
Yeah, I do. I'm dropping a poetry album.
Dope! Oh my god, your title. Oh my god, what got you to get that title? What was
I used to be a poet, and then I retired from it because I like to tell my stories on top of instrumentals now. And
going back to your degrading of men.
Yeah, you know what I mean too. And also, my subject matter is just a little bit more just aggressive.
That's just
it's more
ballsy.
provocative.
I like that shit. I told you.
Story, that's dopeness.
But you know what?
That's
It's my
real.
reality, and whoever shares it and can share it,
I think that shit's flame.
And you're not gonna. Everyone's gonna connect with you more than you ever known. Like that's
right hook from Ali.
For real.
All right, you know what
and
I'm saying?
even like too, like when I'm in Toronto, I throw these events called playdates, and I say playdates with a geldom because in Toronto, like we say like mandom, a bunch of mans, a group of guys.
Mandom?
And then for me, I have, there's a geldom too.
I've read this verbiage on her post. I was like, that sounds dope.
That's the slang for a lot of men.
No,
a lot of man is mandom.
Mandom.
I'm gonna go chill with my mandom.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's girls, so I'm gonna go chill with my geldom. So when me and her link up, I'm gonna go with my geldom.
Let's go. We're gonna link up.
You know what I mean? My girlfriend.
And any of your homegirls doing your same thing as you are?
Yes, I have strawberry, short temper. She's sick.
Come back.
We're coming out with something too. There's a visual that's dropping. I shot it just right before I came here. It's called parkour, and it's like parkour.
Oh, like the office.
Parkour. Yeah, parkour. Yeah. I'm like, yo, parkour. She never soar. Thick thighs make money. She never poor. It's like we're just like doing some dumb shit.
I didn't see that coming.
Swag.
It's like some weird shit. It's because I'm goofy, so we're doing some goofy shit.
It's one of my favorite movies, by the way. A Goofy
We're being
movie.
goofy. Yeah. Yeah.
A Goofy movie is one of my favorite movies.
Our parkour is poses.
Very goofy.
Oh, yeah?
Splits.
So it's like, is it like Vogue for like?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yo, we shot at a park.
Shout out to Vogue.
And then
Pose
we
just
didn't
won the
realize
Emmy.
summer just ended and that the school just came out. So we're like, fuck the school. People are still there. when we shot, and then there was like parents around and shit. But I still like have my outfit on, which you'll see, which is provocative. But we look good. But
As
the
opposed
parents
to
were
her
actually
outfit
letting
now.
their kids play around. I feel like they were watching the shoot too, but they're like,
Hey.
get out of the shot, Billy.
You look
Like,
bomb.
Billy, I don't want you to be in that video.
I got that shot though. I did.
What does it even mean? It's provocative.
I did that.
Nobody knows.
You know what? Your provocative is like someone else's reality.
No, I know.
So
I know
you
what
might think that's like, oh,
Yeah,
you know?
but it's not. Yeah.
To me, that's acceptable. You know what
It's
I mean?
acceptable.
I totally
Yeah.
agree with
You're
her.
comfortable with yourself. Your whole
Oh,
self.
I mean, you gotta be
I make
empowered of
my
your own
own
sexuality,
rules.
And
male,
not only
female.
that, not
As
only
you
that,
should.
but I always
Yeah.
empower females that
y'all
are
run this, you know what
no,
I mean?
and
Like,
not only
we have
that,
to
but I
respect
always,
that.
I always
Yes.
empower females that are doing what,
I try
what
to
you say
all
you're
the
gonna
time.
do, and you do it because
I want to bring up any lady.
Well,
Of
so
course.
your
So-
name, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Go
Your
ahead.
name, the Mother Goddess, is dope to me because I have a song from Black and Brown Volume 2. It's the old project I
Straight.
have. It's called Different Cloth, and it's talking
Oh.
about if God was a
It's a little bit-
seamstress, a female seamstress. So like I believe
Yeah,
God is a
no.
woman, right?
Yeah.
So like that's why I think it's so dope
Precious.
because it's like
Yeah.
it's. I mean,
Yeah.
they say in the Bible it's God created us in His image, but it's really like well, if somebody was creating something, it'd be the woman because we're created in their womb.
I thought about that too, and honestly too, like when I was born and stuff, I wasn't baptized and shit, and didn't have no godmother. I didn't have no godmother and stuff, and I thought it was like a diss thing because everyone else had godmothers. I was like, Mom, you didn't fucking baptize me, whatever. And I went to
Damn
church
it, don't say that because I have to
you know
baptize
what I mean? I
two of
went
my
to church,
three
but
kids.
then like,
Yeah, it's all right, though.
When I started chilling more with like my black side, like they bring me to church and shit. I'm like, but I'm too old. I'm not gonna go baptized. Like I'm.
No,
I'm
it's
that's
cool.
how
Yeah,
it
you can
sounds,
still do it.
but
Have
no,
you seen King of the
I-
Hill?
I'm
When
yeah.
she gets baptized. She gets
I'm
in the
gonna
water,
check.
her tits are all like.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yo, no,
Hey,
I just like I'm not into
That's the
cult
same old
tips.
bang.
But
I'm more spiritual, whatever. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
and more power to you, and I
Yeah.
respect you.
But
and
I feel like everyone's like, oh God, God, God. But I feel like
Nah.
I am God too because
that's what I
I
always
create my
say.
own
That's
reality.
crazy.
We all
So
have
I feel
God
like I
in
am a
us.
goddess.
We are.
I am God of my own worlds, and I love God, and I love the universe. I work with the
Yep.
universe all the time.
Crystals,
The universe
girl.
brought me
All day.
here right now.
All
my,
day.
my bracelet.
Yes.
That's why we all sit in this car.
I mean,
Yes,
if God
good luck.
gave us the power
So-
to create, then we are gods, right?
Yes.
So,
Everyone has
Hey,
their own
you
world.
guys, you guys are fucking
Yeah.
turn me on. I'm fucking so stoned right now.
It's great.
Hey, but I appreciate
seatbelt
you, and I give, I always am,
Are we on the moon yet?
empower
Did we get it?
for all females to do what they fucking want to do. And
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
man, you're dope as fuck, and I
Yeah.
want you to come back with your girls.
Okay,
all right.
yes.
But I
Do it.
fucking
Run
thank
it.
you guys for coming
Yes,
on my
run
podcast,
it.
and I thank
you
you.
for having us.
Hell yeah, I thank you for blazing me out because
All
I'm
day.
fucking stoned already.
Purple punch.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
Hey, shout out to the saltwater. You hooked me up, dude. Thank you.
Squad up.
Yep.
Squad up.
You know,
Yeah.
pick up your
Shout out
weed.
to
What's
Verbs.
up? But
Bananas.
thank you for coming.
Wait,
Where
can I make
can,
some
where
shout-outs?
can where can people find you at? And you know,
Shout them out. All right, so at Face VSIT, that's at Face V as in Victor, S as in Sam, IT like the fucking clown. Fuck clowns.
The fuck?
I don't like clowns. It's clowns and spiders. I don't fuck with either of them. Anyway, so shout out to DJ Ethel, shout out to Sneaky, shout out to Street Rebirth, shout out to Jelani, shout out to all the homies at Higher Ground Promo, developed. We love y'all. Thank
Preacher
you for
Man.
everything. Preacher Man, Basshead Beats with Ink. I love y'all, man. I wouldn't be here without any of y'all.
You can find me at Barlos 92. All over this motherfucking place. I'm high as fuck.
Yes.
I'm proud.
Okay, what's poppin'? It's the Mother Goddess. It's DA, like duh. Like, are you dumb? Also, Mother Goddess. Find me on Instagram. Go stream my music on Spotify. I like that the best, or iTunes. It's cool. And blessings to you. Let's get it.
Yes, and hey, you guys are dope, and I want you guys to come back. And I wish you nothing but the best. And I want us. I love the whole fact
More
that hip hop,
life.
Latinos, like, dude.
Latinos and hip hop.
I love Wu-Tang. Like, I'm a huge hip hop head, and we were just talking about West Coast, East Coast hip hop, but I grew to love East Coast hip hop, right? Because it had
The
a
East
style.
Side. Didn't I say the East Side?
but
Yeah, good
I'm
vibes.
West
Yeah,
Coast, and
fuck
I
with the
vibe, and
West,
I
though.
always vibe with the
Hey,
West. I
Throw my
always
dub
do.
up all day, baby.
My Whitney.
Why?
I'm
And then
not.
what?
I'm not West Whitney for nothing.
upside
No.
down. Turn it upside down.
West Whitney for nothing.
Turn it upside down.
down.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, but anyways, I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I want you guys to come back, and I want nothing but more Latinos fucking artists to come out, dude. That's just fucking sick. Anyways, thank you, Barlos.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you.
Let's have a mic cheers.
This the Boombox Podcast.
Oh, mic cheers.
I was like, don't get it.
Bada bing. Let's get it.
Salute.
What about the real cheers?
We're out of drink.
I take out a drink.